Thanks, bud!
So we're on our way to Breckenridge to go skiing, and thought I would kind of update you guys on what's going on. We like to take as many of these days as possible and run up. It takes about 2 hours from Colorado Springs to most of the failed resorts, as it were, in order to get a day of skiing in. But the drive is spectacular. And let me show you what I'm seeing here. So obviously pretty unbelievable. I was coming home from work one day and stopped to get some gas, and Nashville Early Bronco had posted a video that said Matt's Garage, which I think a lot of you are subscribers to, decided that he was going to get out of his Bronco. I was surprised that the Bronco was being sold. And my first reaction was not to buy the Bronco. My first reaction was to let my wife know, because she's as big a fan of Matt's channel as I am. And we got into a very short discussion about it and decided, you know, instead of buying the JK, the next JK right now, we are going to see if Matt would sell us his Bronco. It's hard to find these Broncos. Obviously, I think everybody knows that. It's even harder to find a Bronco that has been cared for as well as this one has. Obviously, Matt's put a lot of work, and there's a lot of love in this Bronco. And so we started the process on that next Monday. And it took a few days. There was a lot of people interested in Matt's Bronco, and Matt is a very nice guy. But in the end, we were lucky enough to be able to take Matt's Bronco off of his hands so that we could finish it. And we're going to document the finishing of Matt's Bronco. If you've seen any of the other videos on my channel, you've noticed that we have somewhat gotten in over our heads with projects over the last 6 months. And what started off with a Bronco restoration and a Mustang restoration has turned into a Bronco restoration, Mustang restoration, Wagoneer restoration, Audi, call it a restoration, but really it's kind of a rebuild of an auction car. And then we obviously have to put a lot of work into our JK that we've got, and my Ford F-150. And so there is about 50 head of elk herd. There's about 50 elk back there. So far we've seen buffalo and elk on this trip to the mountains. It's a very adventurous trip. You guys should take it sometime. Highway 24 to Highway 9. You got to drive that at least once in your life. So we've got to dump some projects, kind of like Matt did in order to focus on the Scout. We've got to dump some projects in order to focus on the Broncos. So after some discussion, I think it was a pretty easy decision. We're going to get rid of the cars. So the Audi is going to go up for sale, and the Mustang is going to go up for sale. The Audi, I'm sad because I've always wanted that car, and now that it's finished, I can drive it like I want to, but it's done, so it's got to go. It's either that or my pickup, and I'm not selling this pickup. The other one is the Mustang. The Mustang is going to go because it is too far from being done, and there's too much work to be left to get it done. That one is a hard one because I've had that car for the better part of my adult life, and something has always been the priority over the car. Starting a family, building a house. It's got an interesting story, and I'll go over that more before the car is actually sold to somebody. But we're gonna fly out to Seattle, or I'm gonna fly out to Seattle and pick that Bronco up from Matt. And at that point, it'll be an adventure getting it back through all the mountain passes, snow, Washington, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, or I might go south and go through Oregon, Nevada, Utah. We'll see what happens. We're gonna have to play the weather a little bit. So we're super excited, to say the least, and have a lot of work this coming spring to try to get all these projects going. I'm going to link Matt's garage in the description. And I'm also going to link Nashville Orly Bronco in the description, because obviously most of you guys are subscribers of both of their channels. But if not, go and check them out. They both put out really good videos, and obviously up to now they're both about Broncos. But Matt's going to be on his Scout and his Jeep, so you'll have some more content there. So take a look at it. Today. Holy crap. Today.
Daddy's.
All right, let's go get some pizza. So we're out here after skiing, trying to, I don't know, look for more cars. Does that make sense? Look at that guy right there. Ooh, she is pretty. Someone needs to find the owner of that Bronco and buy that thing. It's a shame it's sitting in storage. That's the highest altitude Scout in Colorado. Hey Matt, what's going on? Does it ever stop raining or snowing in Seattle?